Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking and subscribing the channel is free and easy, and it helps me out a lot. If you want to go a little farther with your support, I have Patreon and YouTube membership available, which includes access to the BoshNRoll Discord server, early access to things I'm working on, sideboard plans, cards I'm buying. You could have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use the YouTube membership option, you get sweet, unique YouTube badges and emotes for the channel. If you want to play what I'm playing, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support my channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com. And if you're playing on Magic Online, a cardhoarder.com loan account can let you play any deck anytime. If you want to wear your support, there is BoshNRoll merch available. All of these links are in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome to another BoshNRoll video. As you can see here, I am in a draft queue right now. And the reason for that is Vintage Cube Draft is on Magic Online right now. And Patreon subscriber King of the Depths wanted to see some limited on the channel. Specifically Vintage Cube. And I don't normally play Limited on the channel, but I do play Vintage on the channel. I'm not a Cube expert, but I do like Limited, I do like Cube, and this was an easy yes. It's a cool thing, it's a little different. Let me know in the comments if you end up liking this. This first pack, Teferi is reasonable, but I think Opposition is just an engine by itself. There's the only fast mana in this pack is Lotus Petal, which I'm not super stoked on, and Thousand Year Storm is really tempting, but I think we might be able to wheel that, if we even care about it by the time it comes back around. Opposition is a whole engine by itself. I think Glenelender Archmage is a good pick, but I'm in on Opposition. Opposition lends to fun decks because you're going to be a control deck, but you actually want a bunch of creatures in it as well. Shark Typhoon checks a lot of boxes in that regard. Emery's pretty cool. Hangerback Walker does explode into a million little things for Opposition. Balance. Oh, I don't know if I could pass a Balance. That's a Wrath, Armageddon, whatever, catch you up from behind situation. Though, if I'm planning on having lots of creatures in play to go with my Opposition, maybe I don't want Balance. Maybe I don't want to get married to my Opposition this early either. I should just be taking better cards. Whatever, this is still the BoshNRoll channel. I'm taking Shark Typhoon. I don't sell out that easy. Well, Memory Deluge is a banger. If I'm trying to go long, Solemn Simulacrum, there's a chance we wheel that. There's a bunch of lands in this pack. Oh, Strip Mine's in this pack. I think I want Strip Mine. I was looking at Botanical Sanctum because frequently you do want to pair green with Opposition because you get the mana dorks that ramp into control cards and then turn into Icy Manipulators later. I like Strip Mine. I'm in on that. Ice Cradle's pretty exciting. Karn Scion is alright. No creatures left. I'm going to want them eventually. Though I am concerned I haven't seen a mana dork in 4 packs now. If someone else is on my turf right now, to take Yorion and just be a 60 card limited deck. You literally can't do that. You only get to draft 40 cards. That was a joke. Raging Ravine could get us somewhere good. That is a dual land that is also a creature land. Alright, I'm gonna start hedging colors. Okay. Oh god. There's an Elvish Mystic that I totally want, but I don't think I've ever passed a Muldrifter in my life. I'm gonna show some discipline and take the Elvish Mystic. There's a first time for everything. Sorry, Muldrifter. Oh, what is this card? A new one. We got a Reader. Huntmaster enters the battlefield, make 2 wolves. Anyways, this is a 6 mana. This is basically Grave Titan, but green, and I just passed literal Grave Titan a second ago. Brazen Borrower is cheaper and presents more interaction, is also a creature and a spell. I like Brazen Borrower. Eldar Gargaroth, that's a banger. Rift Sower is a mana dork, but Skull Clamp is in this pack. That's another way to pay off mana dinguses. I'm taking Skull Clamp. All of the creatures I've drafted so far are X1s. And there's another Arbor Elf. Arbor Elf means I have to pay attention to actual forests. Thousand Year Storm did wheel. I was right. It might be too late for that. It might be time to take Kitchen Finks. Boo. So Lotus Petal, little fast mana, get ahead of things, but I feel like I'm betraying the vintage nature of the cube by taking Kitchen Finks, but I am a green creature deck. Kind of signed up for that with Opposition. Okay. Emery. I have Skull Clamp that can go off with Emery right now, and that's it. Vintage Cube's full of artifacts, and you don't have to play every card you draft, so I'm going to take Emery. Eureka. Do I want some sort of weird top end? Sure. I'm probably not playing Eureka, but anything could happen. Mindslaver. That's not that good. I don't think I'm playing any of these cards, though Mindslaver is a combo with Emery. I'll put that in the maybe pile. Old Stick Fingers. I think I'm going to take Nykthos, just because I couldn't read Old Stick Fingers in 10 seconds. Maybe it's the perfect card. Who knows? Don't know if Nykthos is going to make the cut, but it's possible. I am trying to play to the board with my creatures here. And I got a Dark Petition in the sideboard. Deck number 2 has Misty Rainforest, Ancient Tomb, Birthing Pod. Can I use that? I have creatures that cost 1 and 3 right now. Tinker is here, and I do have a Bolas's Citadel. That's going to be hard to walk away from. There's Pestermite. I'm nowhere near red for any of the Kiki Jiki or Splinter Twin stuff. I do have this Raging Ravine that I spec'd on. I think I'm taking Tinker, though. Now artifacts that I can sacrifice are a priority. Here we got Frantic Search, Force of Negation. Those are probably no's. Augur of Autumn lets you play lands off the top of your library, and you can cast creatures if you have Coven. I think Stonecoil Serpent checks the most boxes for this deck. It's an artifact for Tinker. It's also a creature on curve at any point. I'm doing that. There's the Splinter Twin. Whoever took that Pestermite's going to get rewarded. Crucible of Worlds, that's an artifact. I have the Strip Mine already. I think I'm going in on Crucible here. Dak is really good, and I am touching red a little bit, but I still think I want the Crucible for this situation. Zealous Conscripts, another exciting Splinter Twin target. Okay, that deck's coming together, but it's not for me. There's another red-green dual land in case I ever want to touch red. Worn Power Stone is an artifact. It's acceleration. Nissa is a creature that also helps hit land drops. Power Stone's really tempting. I'm not really digging up anywhere, though. In Ponder, also, I have a hard time getting away from, but I think I want Nissa here. Plow Under is a banger, but Jace is another creature and also a planeswalker and card selection. Inkwell Leviathan is a backup Tinker target. Can I wheel Inkwell Leviathan, I guess is the question. I'm not really considering any of these other cards. Plow Under is pretty cool, but I think Opposition's doing my plowing. I think I'll have more exciting Tinker targets than exciting 2-drop creatures. Tolarian Academy. Roll Signet. Okay. I'm interested in Signet. The Tinker thing is coming together. That makes a color that my deck is, and I have this red land I keep mentioning that we could get into red at some point. The Lodestone Golem is also pretty dope, but I think I have enough Boom Booms. I need to make sure I can cast them. Passing Academy sucks, but this isn't really a deck that is using it well. Circle of Dreams Druid. Oh, well, I passed actual Gaia's Cradle, so I'm not going to take this. I don't think I'm going to be able to cast this, really. I could take Thassa's Oracle. I think I want Stomping Ground, though. What am I doing with Thassa's Oracle? Nothing. Just shredding through my deck with Skull Clamp and then winning the game. I guess that's a thing. I'm still taking Stomping Ground. Keeping this red splash alive. Chart a Course, Riftwing, Cloudskate. I think I like Cloudskate. That fills in this 2 slot in my curve that's kind of empty right now, and it's also a creature for opposition later. Yeah, I'm in for that. And Birthing Pod Wield. Do I want that, or do I just want some green dual land that I could maybe use? Hissing Quagmire is 1 black pip of 3 in case I draw my Bolas's Citadel. I'll take that. A bunch of stuff I'm probably not going to use. I can take Wandering Fumarole. That is a 4th red source that touches a main color. My forest count is getting low, though. Gotta be careful of that. Magus of the Order. Don't think I'm playing that. Don't think I'm playing any of these, but I'll put Magus of the Order over here, I guess. Worn Power Stone Wield. I'll take that one. Considered it the first time I saw it. Oh, Leviathan Wield too. Okay, I have 2 real Tinker targets now. Oh, Academy and Lodestone. Oh my god. What do I do here? What the hell do I do here? I'll take Academy. Though I think Lodestone Golem would have been reasonable. And for the final pick number 1 of the draft, Breeding Pool, On-Color Dual Land, Survival of the Fittest. That's a good one. There's no power in these packs, unfortunately. Went the whole draft without seeing a Mox or a Time Walk or anything. What does Survival do? I don't really have an engine for that. This is a forest. I've been mentioning I need my forest count up. I do need to cast my spells. I'm going to take the Breeding Pool. Ooh, Blightsteel Colossus. That is the best Tinker target in the entire cube. Ancestral Vision, Spell Pierce, Lotus Bloom. I'm not really missing anything by taking Blightsteel. Done. Walking Ballista is an artifact and a creature and exists wherever I need it to on the curve, much like the Stonecoil Serpent that I took. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath is a hell of a card, though. So is Fact or Fiction. What do I think I'm more likely to wheel, Uro or Ballista? Ballista is an artifact. It's also colorless. I think I'm more likely to get Uro back. Between all of the cards in this pack, Uro, Phantasmal Image, Fact or Fiction, and Green Sun Zenith are all happy wheels, so I'm going to take the artifact. Ooh, 2 pieces of fast mana in this hand. We have Chrome Mox and Llanowar Elves. The Chrome Mox being an artifact is relevant. Llanowar Elf being a creature for opposition and for Skull Clamp is relevant. I think it's Llanowar Elves. Oh, nice. We got the On-Color Signet. That's going to help for the Tinker, help the Academy. Result Monolith, not bad. Gush, not bad. 3 cards in this pack are going to come back. There's a good chance we get Corsair, Fauna Shaman, or I guess Corsair or Fauna Shaman. The rest of these aren't super likely. Garruk's a pretty decent Planeswalker. Lotha Forge Master. Do I want to be like full crazy Tinker mode? Am I ever going to have 3 artifacts to sack? I could just have Karn. I go big mana, here's this Karn. Though Garruk does poop out wolves every turn, which combos with opposition. There's also Dragonlord Atarka. I do have this red splash if I want to play this card, though I don't think that I do. I'm going to go with Garruk. Oh, Wormcoil Engine, Golgari Signet. Wormcoil is several creatures, an artifact, a castable artifact, a win condition on its own. Nissa is ramp and creatures. Golgari Signet is an on-curve into Tinker artifact. I think I want Wormcoil. Or do you just always take Signet? I'm going to take Signet, actually. Just make sure that always happens. Ooh, Palinchron. I have no way to go off with that. Sword of Temptation looks pretty dope for my deck, though. It's 2 creatures, because I get to steal 1. Cultivate, my 3-drop slot is fat already, and I have a bunch of ramp in my Signets. Yeah, I'm not really doing anything with Palinchron, so I'm going to take Sower. Survival Wield. Now that I have Sower and some other things that are worth tutoring for in specific spots, like turning a mid-game Llanowar Elf into a real card could be good. Though I have Skull Clamp filling a similar role. I'm not sure I'm going to play that. Regrowth Lotus Bloom. Guess I want Lotus Bloom. Don't think I'm playing either of these cards. Okay. I'll take Lotus Bloom. And this was the pack with like 4 cards we wanted to wheel, and none of them actually came back. Banefire. I do have this red splash, and a big X-Spell is something to do with that. Solitude or Vraska. I guess there's some world where I might put Vraska in my deck. Oh wait, this is the pack that's something. I wanted something to wheel. And we did get Fauna Shaman and Gush. Do I want Gush? I think I want Fauna Shaman over Gush. And there's Forge Master. Alright, I considered it the first time around. This deck's going to be tough to build. I start by sorting my cards by color. Remove the things that I'm for sure not playing. Eureka is kind of dangerous, but I do have Blightsteel Colossus, Inkwell Leviathan, Bolas's Citadel all in my deck now, so maybe Eureka is going to be something I end up playing. I don't think I want Mindslaver. Out of all the artifacts that I have, Mindslaver is, I think, the worst of them, which means that Emery, that's the one thing in the deck that comboed with Emery. I'm going to sideline the Banefire until I decide how many slots I actually have to work with. I'm not in love with Lotus Bloom. It's just pretty awkward, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1 and 2 mana accelerants already. There's 8 lands in this deck right now. I'm not playing Nykthos, never mind. I don't think I have enough pips of any one color to actually generate anything meaningful off of Nykthos. I'm going to leave the red splashes out for now. So I could just play them as creature lands. Like Stomping Ground turns on Raging Ravine or Wandering Fumarole just as cards, even without any ability to cast any red spells. Hissing Quagmire, I didn't get there on 3 black sources. Oh, do I? Nope, I have Golgari Signet. Yeah, there's no Birds of Paradise here. Yeah, I don't have 3 black sources to cast Bolas's Citadel, so I might as well just not even play an ETB tapped land. Nissa searches the deck for Basic Forest, which is a card that I'm going to have to play some number of to support that if I end up playing her, which I probably will. Is Survival actually good? I don't have any reanimation spells, which would have been a cool way to tie the room together with these fatties I want to tinker for. I'm not sure if I want Survival. Fauna Shaman is it's a bad impression of Survival. Like, it's an homage to Survival, but it's also a creature for opposition. I don't think we get Forge Master. I don't have quite enough artifacts to really justify that thing. What happened to my Wormcoil Engine? Did I not take that card? I thought I did. I do think I have to play the Eureka, because I have 3 things that are... Or I have 2 things that are completely uncastable, and 1 that is unlikely to be cast. And I have no Brainstorm, no Jace the Mind Sculptor, none of that sort of thing to pay it off. I don't think I want Worn Power Stone. I have cleaner mana acceleration than this one, and I have enough artifacts to support Tinker without it. Currently 15 lands. One of them doesn't tap for mana on turn 1. Got to keep track of that. 15 lands with 3 mana dorks, 3 signets. Crucible. Unfortunately, I didn't draft any fetch lands, which really go off with Crucible. The only thing I'm doing with Crucible is Strip Mine. That's probably enough to do with Crucible, though. Oh, I also have Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I can loot lands and then replay them. I feel like my land count is low, but I also have a bunch of acceleration that I think I can roll with. I'm going to start with this deck. I can change it in between rounds if something's going wrong. Let's go play round 1. I'm on the play with the Strip Lock in my hand already. I'm going to play Island instead of Breeding Pool. I could play Breeding Pool tap to save 2 life, but unless they're aggressive, that's not going to matter. And I don't want to get wasted before I can jam my Signet. So I might just strip them. Ooh, okay. I can Garruk, kill something next turn. All right, I'm going to show them the Strip Mine. Play Groll Signet. Red-black. Rhino Burning Rage. Okay, that card is actually kind of scary. And now I am slightly to mediumly high regretting not playing my Breeding Pool tapped. But here's Garruk. Get to kill Lava Dude. Garruk morphs. And then next turn I can Strip Mine, Crucible, Strip Mine again. Maybe I'll just keep them off the 3 mana to ever activate their shrine. If they don't kill Garruk right now, I'm going to start making Death Touch Wolves. Rotting Regisaur. Okay. That doesn't line up well against 1/1s with Death Touch. Oh my god, I drew Skull Clamp. Alright, Touch Wolf. Destroy your swamp. Crucible. Destroy your mountain. They have to discard a card every turn. If they can Lightning Bolt or somehow shock my wolf right now and connect with Regisaur to remove Garruk, I'm in trouble. But if they can't do that, they're under a strip lock and they're getting squeezed out by their own creature. Well, that library is not going to matter. Okay, they did have Incinerate. That's pretty good. And they have to go after Garruk because If they go face, then I just get another thing. Strip mine. I'm gonna continue stripping, and I'm going to suspend Riftwing Cloudskate. I need blue mana for that. To suspend make more sense than just trying to draw a green source, and I could Stonecoil Serpent for 2, take 7. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Stonecoil Serpent for 2, probably going to take 7, and I'm going to get my Skull Clamp into play. That way, when I block Regisaur next turn, I get to draw 2 cards at least. They're almost hellbent over there. If I have anything to do with it, they will never activate their Shrine of Burning Rage. Alright, they're Shocking and Blood Crypt. Their last card in hand is a spell they can cast, it seems. It's not the blocking turn. What's your last card? Please don't be a good one. A Braid. Killing my Crucible. Okay. Probably not the choice I would have made there, but it's reasonable. If I invest in Golgari Signet, I can Eureka next turn. But does that matter? I could also suspend Ring Cloudskate. No, I'm going to Eureka. So hope they don't draw a land right now. Taking out the Crucible gives them draw step to turn on Shrine. But my Eureka putting in Cloudskate can reset the Shrine. I'm definitely blocking here. Set up that 2-turn line to get some extra cards. Oh my god, this Eureka is going to be fucked. Okay. I'm going to bet on green here. You have 1 card in your hand. How good could it be? Here's Inkwell Leviathan. It's Rampaging Ferocidon. Oh, that's actually a little bit shitty. Riftwing Cloudskate. Opposition. Bolas's Citadel. And I think I should take 1 to put the Llanowar Elf in. Bounce the Shrine. They're going to have to discard Shrine in their upkeep to Regisaur. Take 2 from the Ferocidons. I think I should go to 6 to play this Mystic. I take 1 from the Citadel and 1 from the Ferocidon. I'm not going to take 2 for a Signet here, though. I think that's where the party ends. Like in opposition, their whole board. They have to discard to Regisaur. And then tap Regisaur. Tap Ferocidon, tap your 2 lands, and kill you. Make sure I tap these in the correct order, so I don't accidentally tap my own permanent. That's the pack 1, pick 1, kids. Opposition. Totally reasonable Magic card. And they are actually dead on board because I can attack with all my creatures, then activate Bolas's Citadel. Even get a land drop along the way. Smash with all my stuff. Third 5, and then 1, 2... Simic Signet. Sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. And they're at -5. They have a nice little Rakdos aggro deck. We just are doing more broken things than them. Really wish I had Wormcoil Engine. I'm going to have to review the video, what happened to that thing. I really thought I took it. Or did I take a dual land over it at the last second? I don't know. Or was that the Crucible pick? I don't remember. Whatever. It's not in my pile. I clearly didn't take it. Kitchen Finks is good here. The creatures are good. I feel like I am probably going to want to go broken on them to win the game. Like, obviously I want to go broken anyway, but I think their creature plan is better than mine. Don't think I have a sideboard, really. There's not really a functional sideboard here, unless there's a matchup where I specifically need Sower or Finks. Maybe that's this matchup. Yeah, maybe if they're going to be pressuring my life total and they showed me a Braid, I'm going to board out Bolas's Citadel and bring in Survival. Survival can turn, like, whatever, like Inkwell Leviathan in hand into Kitchen Finks or Sower of Temptation in hand. Okay, I think I like that change. My deck doesn't play a ton of removal, though. This hand is pretty good. I'm going to keep it. I have a turn 2 Finks if they don't kill my Llanowar Elf, though they did just pass the turn with red mana up. And Golgari Signet will get me to the Finks eventually, even if they do kill the elf. Oh yeah. Bolt the elf. Other than this breeding pool, that was just a turn of alpha magic. If that was Tropical Island instead. Could have been 1993. No one would have known. Signet. They have shown me a Braid in their deck, which I hope they don't have, because these are all my green sources that I currently have available. Ooh, this creature. With the top card of your library, you can play it this turn. With a +1 counter. Yikes. Alright, she's going to get real big real fast. So that's a 3/3 forever now. I guess I just summon my Kitchen Finks. Gotta soak up some damage here. I'm holding the world's most embarrassing Crucible. I'm behind on board. Don't play fetch lands. Don't have my Strip Mine in sight. I'm not sure when the time to start chump blocking this Layla is. Is that what it is? Yeah, Layla. They have Runaway Steamkin. They're already running away. It's not even fair. It's a running away tribal deck. This is a tough one on the draw. I'm not going to block this yet. It's just going to get bigger every turn, and I can absorb more damage in the future. And there's some world where I could double block it. Like Shark Typhoon could show up next turn. Do some work, maybe. DRC. Okay. Yeah, they really are just piling it on right now. Fauna Shaman, are you helpful? I could curve Crucible, Academy. I guess I don't need to. Academy. Like that. 5 mana anyway. If I spend a turn getting Crucible in, I can make a really big shark on the following turn. I could also just make a 3/3 shark right now, and that would at least stabilize against the Bitter Blossom. I could also play Fauna Shaman now, and a 1/1 shark, but what does that do? Nothing helpful. Okay, I'm going to make a 3/3 shark this turn. Or, yeah, I'm committed now, but maybe I needed to play the Fauna Shaman, because something like Sower of Temptation or Brazen Borrower are my answers to Layla. My deck really doesn't have removal in it. So cycling Shark Typhoon gets another look for the Tinker. Lightsteel Colossus could still turn this game around. Just go into cheese mode. They're being really honest with their attacks, leaving back the DRC and the Steamkin. There's 2 cards in their hand right now. Here's my 3/3 shark. I think I have to double block Layla. Hope this works, because she's going to be out of range next turn. She already gets to trade with both of these, or at least the front half of the Finks, and with any removal or pump spell, I'm just miles behind. Oof. Yeah, there's the Fatal Push. They had me. Oof. Okay, Finks, absorb some damage. Help me out here. Come on, Tinker. We need a banger. Inkwell Leviathan, is that a banger? I don't think so. There's Simic Signet. I can cast Crucible and Fauna Shaman right now. Finks can absorb Layla's attack for the turn. Fauna Shaman can... I think it's too late for that to do anything. I can easily cast Inkwell Leviathan, but that's also, I think, too late. Tutoring up Walking Ballista could do something. How much mana do I actually have? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 mana. Volscar Mage. That grows the Steamkin. That doesn't really affect the board. Can't block with Fauna Shaman, because I need it. If there's any path out of this game, it's through Fauna Shaman. Ugh! Layla flipped Incinerate. Okay, yeah, Layla on the play. That's a good one. Against my deck with no removal. I'm going to chump block Layla, and they're going to Incinerate my Fauna Shaman. And then I can cast Inkwell Leviathan, but I'm taking 4/8 right now. 9, 10, 11. They could actually put me to 1 and just ignore Fauna Shaman, which is a reasonable thing to do also. They're going after the Shaman. I'm at 5. Get 1 draw step to rule them all. Riftwing Cloudskate. That can bounce Layla, but way too late. The creature has haste anyway. Okay. Got run over on the draw against this aggro deck. Are there any changes that I can make? Do I just need to mulligan better, or what's going on here? I do have Golgari Signet, and I could bring in the Hissing Quagmire, which gives me Vraska, which is a removal spell, kinda. Only 2 sources of black, but it's for one card. If I do that, what am I cutting? And Crucible really isn't very good. I got the strip lock in game 1, but that's not really much of a plan. Okay, I'm just going back in with my opposition deck. I'm not gonna jack up my mana for a Vraska. I think if I had a third black source, like if one of my other signets was on color black. Okay. This one actually does interact early on. I need to find a payoff though. Lawnmower Elf. And they had the Bolt again. There's some alpha magic. Basic land, Lawnmower Elf, basic land, Lightning Bolt. Hell yeah. Ooh, also hell yeah. Oh, please don't cast a Braid. Please cast Bitter Blossom. Or like Grim Lavamancer, something embarrassing. Okay, deal. I'm gonna hold back the Academy. Tinker baby! Here comes Blightsteel Colossus. LFG. Red-black aren't well known for removing indestructible creatures. Guess they could have an Edict effect. Really hope they don't. And they don't. We lost to their aggro deck once because we were a worse creature deck, and the two games where we actually went broken with powerful spells easily defeated the fair deck. Nice. Next round. We're about halfway through the video, so let me just remind you that if you like this deck and you want to try it out, you can use the code BoshNRoll to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com, and you can play any deck anytime with cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. These links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the draw in round 2, I'm going to keep this hand. It's got mana and some stuff. The Eureka's here if I draw any bad shit. Right, they have a Birds of Paradise. A little scary. Opposition, I hope, is scarier. I'll be honest this time, just play my Breeding Pool tapped. Depending on how hard they come out of the gates here, like if they have Raphellos or something, I'm going to have to ping it with Ballista on my turn. But if not, I'll probably develop Gruul Signet into Ballista on 2, and then I can kill something and keep my Ballista around. Ramanap Excavator. Okay, they have the combo that I don't have, which is a fetch land to hit all their land drops with. Powerful stuff. Gruul Signet's in play. I could also just jam Eureka next turn and see who's got what. Could be dangerous against the green deck. If I draw Blightsteel Colossus or something, I will just do that. But short of drawing one of my Tinker targets, I'm not going to make that decision. Played their Misty from the graveyard. Infinite card advantage here, or at least until they run out of islands and shit in their deck. Solemn Simulacrum. So jealous. I passed one of these early in the draft. I think it was before I had Tinker. It would have been so good for my deck. Oh, well, I drew the thing. All right, let's go. Eureka. They have 4 cards in their hand. Kitchen Finks, first for me. Birthing Pod. Nissa. I don't put in a Walking Ballista because it just dies. Opposition. Prime Time. Bolus's Citadel. A Blightsteel Colossus is on top, but I am about to shuffle. I'm done putting things in. I really hope there's a good one on top of my deck. I can tap the Birthing Pod and the Prime Time. Oh, this is optional. I could just go to 6 and put Blightsteel Colossus into play. Yeah, I am going to decline this. I am actually going to 8 because of Kitchen Finks. Busted. Bang. Hell yeah. The YOLO Eureka. It's a good one. And I'm going to pay life for Arbor Elf because it's also opposition. And the party's over, hit a land. Which means that in their upkeep, I'm going to start opposing them. Opposition, tap, Birthing Pod. That is activate only as a sorcery, so we're good there. And I want to tap Primeval Titan, I'm sure. I could tap Urza's Saga. I'm not sure if I care. No, I think I'd rather have the blockers back. Don't want to get cheesed from 7 here. Yeah, if I can end step, tap 2 creatures, untap, tap 3 more creatures, connect. That is a line. Whatever's in their hand either isn't a permanent or they just drew it, because we all just put all our permanents into play. Swag Tusk. Okay, that doesn't matter because I'm killing them with poison. They're probably going to strip mine Academy, but if they do that, No, they still have their land drop from Misty. Doesn't matter. They know how this works. Tap, tap, untap, tap. Tap the construct, you take 11 poison. Fuck yeah. We're in a creature mirror of sorts. They have Ramineb Excavator. That could just be for value, or we could plan for Strip Mine. So I think that going broken against this opponent is the right play, and I don't think I have a sideboard that helps. The Nissa, or Vraska. Vraska is like the closest thing to a sideboard plan that I have. I guess I could bring in a Swamp if I wanted to go that route. You are allowed to do that. If I do that, what does that look like? I don't even think I want to do that. That's just like a 4-mana Abrupt Decay when my deck contains Tinker Opposition. Yeah, I'm just in with the same deck. Let's go. Good start. I'll keep it. I have my one removal spell in the hand. I'm going to lead on Llanowar Elves out of respect for Alpha Magic. Even though the Elvish Mystic has the sweet old frame treatment, but we have this M10 Llanowar Elves. Inexplicably. Okay, how do I get the most out of this turn? I have 4 mana, but not all at the same time. I think just developing this turn makes the most sense. Simic Signet and Elvish Mystic are coming in. Could have played around Daze or whatever by floating with Simic Signet. Guess I was probably free to do. Should have done it. Just cast with a blue floating. Make them think about what my blue spell is. When tapping into 6 mana. Even if they remove 2 of these 3 accelerants, I still get to Garruk here. Ooh, they're hurting over there. They missed a land drop and Zenith for a mana dork. It's time to punish. I'm gonna Garruk. I'm gonna hit Noble Hierarch. Oh, Garruk doesn't flip because it doesn't have power and toughness. That's funny. I'm gonna get my beatdowns in. I'm not using this mana for anything else. This is limited. I'm not really bluffing right now. Just getting my damage. Awesome. The Garruk Machine Gun. They kept a 2-lander with some mana dorks, and Garruk will not be denied. On to the finals, 2-0. I'm on the play in the final trophy matchup. I'm going to keep this Llanowar Skull Clamp hand. Opposition, also pretty reasonable card to keep in the opener, considering it's the card that we built our deck around. Ox Sapphire. What's that like? Ogari Signet. Okay. They're ramping. I'm ramping. Everyone's ramping. Simic Signet. Skull Clamp. I think I'm just going to cash in right now. My hand's not great. Okay, my hand just got a lot better. Tinker baby! It's fun to ramp into killing your ramped creature. That's a play pattern I can get behind. See what the opponent has to offer. Liliana of the Veil. Alright, I have a breeding pool I can discard. Or a forest. I'm going to keep breeding pool. I think I tinker dumping the Skull Clamp. I'm not going to play around Daze. They don't have any islands. And I have to get Citadel because they have Liliana. Bolus's Citadel is in play. There's my land drop. Damn it. The party's over. Don't play that many lands. Left my land drop up. But they got in there on me. Need a vault? Okay. I'm gonna discard Breeding Pool. Have all my colors. I know I'm drawing another land, and I'm eventually gonna hit a land off Citadel. Winter Orb. Ouch. Alright. Okay, so they're kind of like a stack, which Citadel does a good job punching through. Maybe. If I can cast any spells off it ever. Okay. Nope. Alright, no love there. Opposition doesn't help me here. I could suspend Cloudskate. I could also... Yeah, opposition just doesn't do anything. I'm going to suspend Cloudskate. I can discard this forest if they don't edict me. 8 of my 15 lands are accounted for in my top 16 cards here. Uh-oh, they're spending mana. Please don't kill Bolus's Citadel. Okay, I don't care about that. They plus Liliana, they're hellbent. Destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. Alright. I discard the forest. Lily is on ultimate, so next turn they could set up a Lily split pile of Bolus's Citadel and all my other cards, which I would keep Bolus's Citadel from. Jesus. gonna strip mine the Mutavault. And I guess like that's that. I'm gonna keep Citadel if they do split Citadel and all my other permanents. I didn't play anything out because that would just go in the non-Citadel pile. Okay, cool. They're not ready to split yet. There's only 5 lands left in my whole deck. Cloudscape comes down next turn. Okay, Garruk. Can you fight Planeswalkers? Nope, only creatures. Okay. Garruk, get in there. Golgari Signet, get in there. Elvish Mystic, get in there. Shark Typhoon. Ooh. I can't cycle that. I'm going to go to 6. Let's fucking go. Stonecoil Serpent. Yeah, I'll play that for free. It dies right away, which is okay. Yeah, I'll play the land. Nissa. I'm going to hold priority. Okay. I'll take my shuffle. Let's get another land out of my deck. There aren't very many left. Not sure that I want to go to 1 here. So, what am I worried about? They did show me red mana, but they don't have any. Oh, yeah, they have Gilded Lotus. They always have red mana. I think 1, 2. I need to. Okay, yeah, this is going to work. Okay, opposition. Get a 4/4 shark. And yeah, I'll go to 1. And make a 0/0 wolf. And then I can opposition them in their upkeep, and I have way too much shit right now for them to Liliana me into a pile that is ineffective. I can deny all of their lands. They would need a land to activate the Signet, which I'm not going to let them have. They have to Liliana, and my piles are juicy at this point. Yep, go ahead. Make your splits. Let's get a look at these piles. So it's Garruk, Dark Typhoon, and Elves versus all of my mana, Citadel, opposition. I think I'm going to sack all the lands, all the mana, and keep thy Planeswalker. All right, I lose opposition here, but they're under their own Winter Orb. Yeah, I'm going to sack this and hope that their card in hand isn't Tabernacle. Okay, looks like you got away with it. And Cloudskate's coming down this turn. Welcome to the party. Cloudskate can bounce Gilded Lotus. And I've managed to draw the remaining lands in my deck. Good stuff. Make another wolf. Attack Liliana and my opponent. I'm not goofing around with Fauna Shaman business. I'm just making them dead. They'll have 3 mana to work with this turn. 4 mana to work with this turn. That was exciting. Liliana versus Bolas' Citadel. Dual decks. Who will win? Okay, we're playing some sort of mana denial black stacks kind of deck. Again, my sideboard is not robust here. I could bring in Worn Power Stone just as insulation against Winter Orb. Vraska's probably good here. Destroy target non-land permanent. That includes Liliana or Winter Orb. Is it time for the Vraska splash? I think I want to cut Inkwell Leviathan. If they have Edicts in their deck, you can't really trust that anyway. And then I'm bringing in 2 lands, so I can cut 2 lands. A forest gets replaced by Hissing Quagmire. Do I have enough blue sources to cut an island for a swamp? Do I need the swamp, I guess is the other question. I could min-max and just like, I have twice as many black sources as I have black cards. Eureka can also put in Vraska, which is a thing. How many colorless pips are in my deck? There's actually quite a lot. So Swamp does cast spells. And if I put the Swamp in my deck, that is 3 black pips to hardcast Citadel if we get there. Okay, I'm hacking an island and putting Swamp in. Okay, Vraska, let's do this thing. This is your moment in the sun. The trophy's on the line. The Citadel's in my hand, which I don't love. But I'm going to keep this. Strip Mine's a powerful card. I got some ramp, Cloudscape. And if they're just going to Swamp Go, I'm going to strip the fuck out of them. Bang. And we've seen Mutavault, but I'm not going to wait for that. If they're just going to land go, I'm going to take that invitation, which gave me the perfect opportunity to Arbor Elf on turn 1 Like, we basically replayed turn 1, and now I have Arbor Elf where I didn't last time. Kitchen Finks is really resilient against Edict effects. I think I'm going to jam Finks this turn. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to play Signet. Okay, I'll Finks next turn. If they play Liliana here, I'll discard Bolas's Citadel. I'll give up the Dream. Okay, they don't have double black. Let's see if that's actually punishing or not. Ooh, Duretti. Yikes. This is the one that makes 1/1 constructs. Yeah, 1/1 constructs with Defender. You can sack an artifact to destroy an artifact or creature. And then you can copy an artifact in your graveyard 3 times. Okay. Oh. Well. Or I can just cast Eureka and put Bolas's Citadel into play. Bang. Let's fucking go. Start with Kitchen Finks. See what they put in. Gilded Lotus. Riftwing Cloud Skates next for me. Bolas's Citadel. Shark Typhoon on top of the deck. Okay, I'm done putting in permanents. I'm going to Cloud Skate their Gilded Lotus. So, bouncing Duretti might make some sense. Because they can destroy Bolas's Citadel. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Oh, bricked by a land immediately. But the good news is, I did just put 6, 12, 17, 20. I just put 20 mana worth of permanents into play, and they got nothing for it. Like, they literally put in 1 permanent, and I pounced it. Okay, so they're going to destroy my Citadel, of course. And then I'm going to attack Duretti. And they're going to lose that. I know my top card is Island, regrettably, but the Shark Typhoon is looming at this point. This Eureka turned out to be a banger. Remember when I took this, like, late in the pack? I was just like, yeah, we're not going to play that. It's been insane. The deck really came together around it. Oh, Black Lotus. You have that, too. If they're just turn it into a Sticky Lotus. Yeah. Black Lotus for Sticky Lotus. Invest in your future, kids. Pyroclasm. Okay, so Finks comes back better than ever. Well, worse than ever. Finks plus Ballista will finish off Duretti. And I get to keep Ballista around at 1. Ballista. Finish Duretti off. Okay, Shark Typhoon versus the 2 cards in their hand. And there's 7 mana. That's a lot of mana. Liliana the Last Hope. That's really good. That kills all my creatures. They should probably start with... Okay, I was going to say they should start with Ballista, because that one can grow out of range next turn, but they don't believe me. Oh. I can attack Liliana. Alright, yeah. Does that matter? Okay, I'm going to attack Liliana. And then I think I tinker away the Signet. No, it doesn't matter, because if they have Edict... Alright, I'm going to tinker away Walking Ballista. Oh wait, no, because I have Shark Typhoon also. I'm going to tinker away the Signet and get Blightsteel. There we go. You ever tinkered making a 3/3 Shark? Liliana can tread water against Blightsteel, make it 9 power for a turn. That is what they've done. 1 card left over there. 8 mana to work with. Oh, they're tapping mana. Please don't cast Balance. Damn. Well, that does not kill anything that it needs to. I'm gonna ping their face. Because 1 extra damage to Liliana doesn't matter. How about a spell? Not a spell. I'm going to attack. So there's 2 things I can do here. I can attack their face, put them to 9 poison, which even if they draw a blocker, I'll trample over and win next turn. Or I could kill Liliana, and then I have an 11/11 for next turn. Liliana minus could generate card advantage. This is actually a tough call. Like, do I think they're more likely to draw a creature off the top? And do I care if they do, I guess, is the better question. I'm going face. Oh, am I going face? No, I'm going to attack Liliana. Because if they draw an Edict effect, like something that removes my Colossus from play, I would prefer they don't have that Planeswalker to go with it. We know they have an answer in their deck. They have other Liliana. But they need a removal spell that kills an indestructible creature, or they need an X2 creature to stay alive. Apparently they have neither. Trophy Town. This little busto scrappy Simic deck full of engines got the job done. We first picked Opposition, then we ended up with a Eureka kind of by accident. Bolas' Citadel, I think, tabled, and I just put it in my sideboard. And we found Tinker in pack 2, and suddenly Blightsteel Colossus and Inkwell Leviathan and Bolas' Citadel became relevant. And this deck really came together. This was a lot of fun to play. I think every engine paid off at least once. We oppositioned to some people. We Bolas' Citadel a number of times. Shark Typhoon was in play a number of times. Blightsteel got the job done. We Crucible strip mined someone. Really wish I had a fetch land to go with this. I did pass a couple fetch lands in the draft. If I had been thinking more proactively about that, I would have taken one of them just to push this into overdrive. But everything showed up. All of the main cards in the deck won games on their own. Sometimes it took both. Like sometimes I had to Bolas' Citadel into gain some card advantage and then find Tinker or whatever. Multiple YOLO turn 3 Eurekas got the job done. This was a great draft. Thank you, King of the Depths, for asking me to do this. Folks, if you like Limited, if you like Cube Draft specifically, please let me know in the comments. Share this video with your friends. Like, subscribe. I play what does well on the channel and what my Patreons ask me to play. If you want to see more, you got to let me know. You gotta make it deliver. So please engage with this video if you want to see more of this stuff. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you for the next video.